Welcome back everyone. Let's pick up from where we left off with our interface. Let's start by learning how to program our buttons to do something. To program a button, we can assign a certain function to be executed whenever a button is pressed. We do that by specifying this function when we are creating the button object. We have added the code command equal play_sound to the line of creating the button_ping. This tells the code that whenever this button is pressed, go and execute the function play_sound. Now, we have to define this function to play a sound. In order for this function to work, we need to install the play_sound package. From the Anaconda prompt, write pip install play_sound. This will download and install the play_sound package. Then, make sure to add the ping sound clip to the directory where the code is located. And by simply calling the function play_sound in our defined function, we can make our button play a sound. Now let's program the message button to display text in a new label that we will create under those buttons with the message button pressed. To do this, we create a string var with the default value no button. String var command is used so that you can easily monitor changes to tkinter variables if they occur. Now, we will create a new function called display to change that variable to button pressed using the set function. This will happen when the user presses the button message. In our label definition, instead of passing the text option, we pass it with the text variable and pass it with the string var that we created, as you can see. Now, we will learn how can we pass a value when a certain button is pressed. We can do this using Lambda Functions. To practice this, we will add 3 more buttons, and depending on what button we press, a different message will be displayed. What we have done here is link all the 5 buttons with one function called button_click. This function takes an input called button. This button is passed from the button we press. As you can see, the command now has a Lambda function, and what that allows us to do is to pass arguments to the function specified. In this case, we pass 1, 2, 3 if the 1, 2, 3 buttons are pressed, and we pass the string button pressed if the message button is pressed. We also pass 0 if the ping button is pressed. In our function, we take the appropriate action depending on what is the value of the button that's passed to the function. The final concept we will cover in this class is dealing with the entry object. We will study this by typing something in the entry box. Then, when we click enter, it should clear the window, then display what we entered in the console and in our green label. For this, We will start by creating the enter button and a function for this button that retrieves values from the entry box. What we have done is use the get function of the entry box to retrieve what was written in it. Then save the value in the variable user_input. Then we passed it to the green label using our string var, and finally print it in the console. We used the delete method to clear the text in the text box. Well done on all of your work this class. I will see you in the next video to summarize and look at our class project.